general reading for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminines. So, as I was shuffling the deck, I noticed when I cut the deck, the Emperor was facing the Devil. The Devil's in reverse. So, for some of you, you may feel like you've stood your ground, or you established your authority over a matter of conflict, a matter of oppression, a matter of this energy that was seeking to control you. Because next to the Emperor, we have the Tree of Life. And this is like the Kabbalah tree. And it represents having completed a cycle, a life cycle. It could even be like overcoming a very long transit, okay, like a Saturn transit or Jupiter, whatever. It could even be Mars, because of the Emperor is Aries. But regardless of the fact, it feels like a victory. It feels like mastery, self-mastery, overcoming oneself, one's karmic lessons even, okay? It's like releasing yourself from the oppression of this Capricorn devil energy, the obligation, the restriction, the physical body even, the constraints of life and of like the limitations that are put on your mind or emotions. Like, you can't feel that. If you feel this, it's wrong, it's bad. No, you feel what you feel and you allow it to be. Oh, you can't think that. You can't think like that. If you say that, or if you think like that, those people or that person is gonna, you know what? Who cares? Say it. Say what you have to say. You'll feel so relieved, so alleviated, because you know what? Sometimes the things that we think are bad, sometimes to say something that we think will be so hurtful, that we would inflict so much pain on ourselves for just saying it, sometimes is the very thing that we need to release ourselves of the bondage that we experience internally. We put ourselves in our own prisons when we don't allow ourselves to feel what we feel. You feel anger? Feel it. Say it. Express it. Find a way to say the truth about what you feel without feeling like you're doing something wrong, or that you're going to be punished, or that in some way it's going to be more oppressive than where you are now. You might come to realize this was liberating. I needed to be allowed to feel that. I needed to be allowed to say that. I needed to be allowed to be okay with being the bad guy. Every so often, we put ourselves in a situation of responsibility where we feel that if we don't follow through, that we've like lost ourselves or lost a sense of a moral code or of ethics. And yes, we could make mistakes, we could make bad choices, we could make bad decisions, we could put ourselves in bad situations. However, if you feel like now you're stuck or can't move or can't operate or can't express in the way that you are conditioned to, or the way that you've done so, and all of a sudden you can't, if you allow yourself long enough to hold back and repress and not say and not do and not feel and not think and not whatever it is that you think you're not supposed to do, it's a ticking time bomb. And I say it like that purposely because of Capricorn. Saturn rules time. So it's like eventually it has to play itself out. Eventually time runs out, meaning on a matter, something has, like, the karmic payout has to be. You cannot hide something without it eventually manifesting in either some disruption in a dynamic, something that looks like a big shock or a big surprise or a big, oh no, big downfall, something of that effect. If you're not, in fact, consciously maintaining the integrity of a matter, that could be the integrity of a thought, of a feeling, of an action, or even of a pattern, a psychology, or of a structure, of a physical practice. Anything that's done for a long enough time will show results consistently. And if the results are negative, and if the results aren't working, and if the results are chaotic, or the results are in disharmony, it is our duty and responsibility for ourselves, for our own balance, to bring it into balance and harmony. Because we don't harm anyone other than ourselves. So when we can spend a lifetime waiting for someone else to change, or waiting for a situation to change, or waiting for something out there to happen in order to move us in a direction that we've been called to move, or to do what we've been called to do. But we resist it, and we fight it, or we deny it, or we negate it, or we put it away for another day because we can't seem to face it. The reality is, it's time for this to change. Whether it's this connection, this dynamic, this routine, this program, this thought place, these people, these things, whatever it is, it's like, it's time to change it up. Be willing to change it up. You may have married young and you were naive, or maybe even very passive. And it might be pleasing to your spouse for you to be that way for the first 10 years of your marriage. Oh, she's so this, she's so perfect, she's so doting, she does everything I want. After 10 years, God, I'm so annoyed. She'll do whatever I say. She'll do whatever I want. And it's like you want to see that she can think for herself, or do for herself, or do something different, something to change it up. People desire change. Some people fear it. Some people desire it. But if you can manage your energy, you can take that chaotic energy and turn it into very passionate, positive changes, very passionate, positive surprises that enhance the dynamics. You can play with the dynamics in a way that stirs the ego just enough to get it into motion, to motivate it into positive action, as opposed to destructive, self-destructive, or destructive unto others. You know what I mean? So it's almost like it's the seductive charm of the divine feminine energy that I'm picking up on, that excuse me, for some, you may have learned to manage it, mitigate it, move it accordingly in a way that benefits not just the person or the situation, but yourself. We've been conditioned to power plays that seek to enhance us in some ways, but then at the cost of another. Or we've misused power plays that sabotage us ourselves in our attempts to seduce another. And this is the power plays of, love games, or power plays in business, or power plays in just in life, and strategizing when it comes to negotiating and obtaining our own sense of security or wealth. So for whatever reason, as the Emperor here, this is like a self-mastery over this devil energy, this energy that tried to make you feel inferior, small, as if this great fear adversary was going to overcome you. And when you face the devil and say, do your worst, it's like, I get that from the Count of Monte Cristo. When you do that to life, as scary as it is better to face the music. The pain of facing the music has more mercy than the pain of trying to run or hide from the fear. Because when you try to run or hide from it, or deny it, or ignore it, or pretend it's not there, it only magnifies and becomes more powerful. It only magnifies and becomes more difficult to sustain. It only magnifies and becomes more uncomfortable to bear. And it's a burden that we carry that we don't have to carry. That we carry out of fear, that we'll carry out of insecurity, or we can carry out of a lack of knowing thyself, knowing oneself in such a way that we can overcome anything that we're faced with integrity. That we can stand in our integrity and take, it's like, when you stand in a certain level of integrity and a surety that you're doing the right thing, despite what anyone says or thinks, this was the right thing for me, you'll be willing to withstand the consequence of your action because it's a matter of principle. So standing on your true principles is like a power, a superpower. Okay, lessons you had to understand of what do you truly value, what principles do you truly adhere to, and that you can live with integrity. So we have stability here, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands represents celebration, stability, a home, hearth. There's like unity. With the Chariot here, I feel like you're divine union because, and it's blessed by the gods or blessed by the angels. You're this harmonious balance, spiritual balance that you have comes from the lessons learned of walking away with the Eight of Cups. Being able to walk away from unfulfilling situations, things that you were pouring yourself into that were not what they seemed, or that remained hidden, or it was almost as if you had to prove something on an emotional level, like you had to give before you were going to be given to. You had to demonstrate worthiness before being accepted. And it's like, okay, I have to fill these 8 cups. And then you fill them. But then it's like, nope, still, we're just going to keep pretending that there's a payout here. Meanwhile, there's no one to share those 8 cups with. They're just sitting there, and it's like you just followed the instruction of giving and pouring into these cups, because where there are cups, you are there to fill them. So, but what were you getting out of them? It wasn't for them to determine, but you were there waiting for someone to tell you what you were supposed to get out of those 8 cups. So you see that behind you, there's a river. So you follow the river towards where the main stream is, or main source is. It's like, why am I going to keep filling these cups? Let me just go see what the stream offers. What else is there? Because after a while, it's like playing a game that gets boring. It's like, okay, you want to see something manifest out of what you're pouring into. And if you don't see a manifestation where you are pouring, doesn't mean that what you were pouring isn't valuable. It just might not have been the space or the time or the place to pour into that. So you could leave that there and move on to more abundant waters of fulfillment, and sustain or hold on to your investments. Because we have here a Four of Swords in reverse. I feel like you needed to be maybe mentally challenged, or you needed a new... with the Two of Wands, it's like looking forward to a new opportunity. It's like, I've conquered this land. I want to go look at a new land. I want to be able to explore new territory, or explore new things, or do something new, something I haven't done before, something that's innovative, something that's creative, something that's new. I need to become active again, because with the Four of Swords here in reverse, it's like a period of like you're walking away from these 8 of Cups towards self-fulfillment. And in order to be self-fulfilled, you're seeking something to not emotionally, mentally stimulate you, to get your mind active again. Okay. I feel like a period of recovery, mental rest was necessary before taking on this new journey. And now with the King of Swords here, it's like you have all the clarity you need, all the mental agility necessary to see the truth of a matter, to speak your truth, with integrity and clarity. Oh, we have the devil again. So you're being prepared so you can fight or withstand the temptations. I feel like you're about to enter a phase that there might be a lot of temptations, or it might just be where the integrity of your truth is going to be like at the forefront dealing with this devil energy. So it's like maybe going towards a responsibility that can trap you or feel like a trap, or a relationship that might feel like you're going to be stuck in or controlled, or where there's going to be like a lot of temptation, a lot of opportunities, but will also bring a lot of stability. I just feel like you have to navigate this realm with mental clarity and sound judgment. We have here the star in reverse. Let's clarify why the star is in reverse. Okay, with the 8 of Swords here, lack of judgment. Okay, so it feels like because you're in union with spirit, you manage to walk away from stagnant emotional stagnancy and mental restriction. Now you're ready. Now that you've been able to see what you've experienced, you've got the mental clarity now, and you're going to be able to go forward towards a very passionate relationship, a dynamic that could be extremely tempting. This is like a very tempting offer, a very tempting job, or a very tempting partner. Someone that could, someone that has a power, that would have power over you, to be honest. This is you might fear being controlled, or you might fear having someone over you, like an overlord. It's what it feels like, to be honest. It's like you have the clarity to kind of see the potential of this energy, the power of this energy, and the potential that it has to subdue you and maybe offer you a lot of things that would give you security and comfort, but even and a lot of energy. The thing is, the reason that this is showing up is because this devil energy can make you feel hopeless, blinded and stuck, and lacking judgment if you don't know how to see clearly through it. Now, you overcame the devil already. You got the self-mastery with the Emperor. That was at the beginning of the reading. This is part of your life lesson. So it's like, did you just come to this union with your spirit and overcome this and to find yourself fulfillment? Did you go through all of this only to now be tested? Or is this a backdrop? Is this what this lesson was about? This overcoming the devil was when you're in union and you're following spirit, and you have boundaries, emotional boundaries, and you're willing to be open to ideas and actively seek out opportunities to live your in integrity, okay? And see things for what they are and see the truth of things and follow your truth. That's when you get tempted, or that's when the devil energy shows up. That's when all of a sudden the perfect person shows up, the perfect job, the perfect opportunity, and that's going to make you feel comfortable again. The problem in this comfort is if you're not careful, it's like when everything is great, if you're not authentic, if you're not healed, if you're not healing yourself and being your true star, being your true compass, spiritual compass, you can get stuck and lack judgment, okay? And not know how to make choices appropriately. So I feel like this is what that lesson was about. And you're going to be given the opportunity again to experience that kind of stability and comfort and opportunities. And I mean, it's almost like the world can be given to you but can you handle it? We have a Three of Swords and a Ten of Pentacles. So there was like some kind of betrayal when it comes to family that left you feeling a certain way, anxious, that put a lot of mental burdens on you, where you weren't able to fully give and balance yourself. So that's why you had to put an end to to those types of energies. Young-minded, people that act on a whim, that don't know how to keep their word or follow through with their intentions. Okay, but I feel like there is a person, a past partner. This is your true partner, because he's sitting right underneath the King of Pentacles, underneath the Queen of Pentacles. So this opportunity you're going to be given to you is going to be with your divine partner. This is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. But this is very sturdy, dependable, real, real-time 3D. This is a person, a past life lover or childhood partner, someone that is not going to betray you, someone that understands the importance of family and building legacy and creating abundance and wealth, like building something that is of bringing a certain level of class back to the community, or a level of ethical integrity. But yeah, this would be not worrying anymore when it comes to, there's no need to worry about the children, because the children are protected, the children are safe. But being able to balance all elements of our physicality, not just our health, not just our body, not just, it's like, can we completely embody all our parts? Can we stay true to our values? And so that we can see ourselves, like stand at the threshold as the observer of our life, while experiencing our life and enjoying the creative process of manifesting this love, of manifesting this journey together, and bringing about the results that of this stable love. I feel like that's the next step of the journey. So I'll leave the message there. I'll come back with something soon. Take care.